Achach Daim Shalosh Arba. It's our
Kamesh,
Arba.
Sesh,
It's our Arba episode.
un, deux, trois. I don't know what the fourth is. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Ooh.
Um, I think that's the extent of my counting.
Seis siete.
Seis, siete. That's horrible. God, is that bad? What's going on? Welcome into week four.
Week four, and I'm gonna vent coming right off the bat. Yes, London knows Hebrew. I went to Hebrew school and was bar mitzvahed.
As was
Uh,
I.
dude, we
We.
didn't even get to make up our games. So we're
So
3-0.
you're 3-0.
Okay, let me tell you the bullshit about Downers Grove. And I hope their AD and all them fucking hate me for this.
Well, this is the point in the show where we say that your opinions are solely your own and not shared by
Totally my
everybody on the
opinion.
podcast.
So Curie, however you want to pronounce it, dropped out, I don't know, right before the tournament, maybe a week before or something. Um, they instead of fixing the schedule, they just everyone got 4 games,
Hi, Mark.
and that's it.
Four games.
For like a showcase.
Mhm.
And then we everyone else postponed games,
Okay, we're back.
and Downers canceled everything.
Canceled. Nothing tomorrow.
Dude, we're done.
You're done.
We're
You guys
done.
are just absolutely toast.
Lazy as shit, bro.
Toast.
Totally lazy shit.
Okay.
Totally not shocked, but just lazy. Like, if you actually gave a shit about these kids and the sport, you're not canceling, you're rescheduling, you're postponing.
Well, hold on a second because you've worked in
And
schools.
I drove yesterday. I went to games yesterday. It
I
was fun.
understand you. And listen, and more power to you. I want to hear all about your experience at St. Ignatius because that's a campus I've actually never been to. And I hear it's absolutely phenomenal for a high school campus. So I want to hear about your experience there and talk about their win over Bennett. Congrats to Matt Monroe and the Wolfpack. That is a monstrous statement at the beginning of the season. But let's go back to what you just talked about, and that is why cancel and not reschedule? Okay, I'm with you. Let's just put that out there. I am with you. But we have to consider that maybe there are other things going on at North and South, and they don't have the gym space to do it. Now, that being said,
God, off. It's Sunday, bro.
you can't
You know
do
how many
stuff on
gyms they
Sunday. You
have?
you you can't do stuff on Sunday. It's a day of rest or the Lord or something. I don't know. It's
Nope.
not
Nope.
ours, but not ours.
Ignatius was rocking out today.
But they can do that. They control the world's religion.
Dude, go on high school BB. If those of you that don't know, hold on. I just had to introduce people to this. If you go to hsbball.com,
People don't know about highschoolbball.com yet.
they do not. There it is. There it is. Everything. But
Outstanding
Braves,
website.
Braves, okay, then reschedule for Monday like everyone else did. Something. We got 3 games, not even a fucking tournament. Come on, man.
Well, let's talk about, excuse me, let's talk about Lincoln Park for a second, okay?
3
So
and 0,
3 and
13th
0,
and
a win over Unity Christian, a win over Matea Valley, convincingly over Matea Valley, and then a win over the hosts in overtime. Now, let's hold off on Lincoln Park for a second. You were very quick to delve out a lot of accolades for kids that you coached against in this tournament, specifically one from Downers Grove South. Let's start with Flowers.
so Flowers is good. The problem with them is that they only rely on him.
You notice that my hairline is moving?
Yeah, it's nice. It's
Watch this.
retreating
I can
like
make it all disappear.
it's retreating like the Nazis in World War II.
You take it to places I've never been. Okay.
Um, so what were we talking about? I was looking at your hairline.
You were talking about Downers Grove South standout players.
Um, The only here I'll put it on record. The reason Flowers looked amazing versus us, our help side defense was completely non-existent. It was, I mean, it was very special to see these boys and then the reaching instead of moving their feet to the help
Mhm.
line.
Sure.
Um, but I mean, I don't want to take anything away. The kid's good. Um, I think he's a like, I don't know about his grades, but I think, ooh, man, I must have been bleeding. I have a scab.
Time out.
He,
I'm throwing this. I have to interrupt you.
yeah.
Someone just asked, can we just talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? That is a direct rip off of a meme from Will Smith's son, who said that in an interview. And the answer is no, we can't talk about anything related to Will Smith other than the embarrassment that was the slap of Chris Rock. Back to you. Thank you for your comment. Excellent play on pop culture.
Okay, all of you in the comments mentioning Judah Maxwell, I am the first person to talk about him.
A lot of mentions about Judah Maxwell.
Yeah, well, it's the same guy.
We have a fan.
Benji.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I know, but they keep saying it. They don't get it. Like I was the first. I was also the first to talk about East St. Louis, and they're killing it.
I not sure if you were the first. People have heard of it before, but you certainly brought
Yes,
them
but I'm
to
saying
the Chicagoland limelight via your
this
social channel.
season, nobody's been talking about them.
That's because no one even knows where it is if it's not literally in St. Louis.
No, it's East St. Louis.
Yeah, been through there, haven't been back, but I do know where East St. Louis is. So you mentioned Judah, you mentioned East St. Louis. You're talking about no help side defense. Flowers is a nice player. Talk to me about Unity Christian. What's Unity Christian?
So I'm pretty confident they're in the old Seton building. Remember Seton
Sure.
Academy?
Yeah, Seton actually had one of the best point guards
DJ
to
Cooper, go to
DJ Cooper.
Ohio,
Went to Ohio University.
got pregnant.
He did? Oh my
You
God.
you don't remember the story?
That DJ Cooper got pregnant?
He borrowed someone's urine for a drug test, and it was a
Yes.
girl who was
Yes, yes, yes,
pregnant.
yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. For a second, I thought we were talking about a whole different medical marvel, but yes, I do remember the story. Not the best move, but go Bobcats.
So I took Jonah. So we were gonna go to DePaul Prep, Hyde Park, and
Okay.
I kept driving on the highway. We bypassed that exit, and we got off at Roosevelt. First of all, St. Ignatius is possibly one of the most beautiful schools I've ever been in.
That's what I've heard from everybody. I've never been down there. You
Yeah,
didn't,
it's
did you burn upon walking through the doors?
because I'm Jewish.
Yeah, or because you were dressed really warm.
I wasn't dressed warm because I always rock a hoodie unless it's negative out.
Did you put the horns away?
I can't hide my nose.
Oh, listen, we all have our faults, but I've heard nothing but incredible things that the campus is phenomenal. It looks like a thing out of Who's the Wizard? Potter, Harry Potter.
You're the second person to say that. Someone else said that to me already.
I've never seen or read Harry Potter. I don't know him, but that's what I've heard is Hogwarts, one of the two.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Sounds like something I get on my tush after a night of partying.
Got it. Got it.
So let me tell you, man, it was if you like basketball, excuse me, if you love it, that
Yeah.
Bennett game versus Pat versus Ignatius today, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then Bennett was up a bunch. Matt calls timeout. Here comes Ignatius. They have some sophomores that are really good. This kid, Amir Tucker.
Yeah. Really
Um,
strong ball player.
yeah, I mean, really, really, really talented. But man, they beat Bennett. I will tell you what I was a little disappointed in. Um, I felt for Coach Heidkamp. Out of a timeout, you knew he drew up something, great. And dude, his guard came down and shot an early ass off balance three. Wasn't even
Wasn't
close. Game
you
over.
you assume that was not what was drawn up. I wasn't in the huddle.
I will fight you. There is no way Coach Heidkamp drew up a run down the court with the ball and chuck up some crap.
That's fair. That's very
Um,
fair.
yeah, I was actually shocked, and like I wanted to go fight the kid for Heidkamp because there's no way that he drew that up. But man, kudos to Ignatius. That Chris Bolte kid's really good.
Yeah,
Um,
Chris Bolte is gonna be a name that people are gonna be talking about when the Mr. Basketball conversation comes out. I feel, unfortunately, I do think that he is just as far as name recognition, a huge step below who we would consider the favorites right now. Obviously,
I agree.
Jackson, possibly. I mean, I right now, and you know, I love Jackson. I watched him grow up, and I think he is the front runner to go back to back. But you got to look at Rashawn Porter out of DePaul Prep.
Dog.
Huge fan of his. Huge fan of his. It's the I don't care who you are, I don't care how big you are mentality. He's an undersized big, especially at the next level. It doesn't stop him from anything. He is one of the most powerful players I've seen coming out of Chicagoland in some time.
Dude, I'm gonna admit something on this live.
Oh my God, are you pregnant too?
How, how'd you guess that?
I am a medium. I'm not, I'm a double X, but I'm a medium and I
So
can,
I'm gonna admit something.
okay, ready.
I sent Coach Kleinschmidt a text like a week or two ago that said,
Hey,
"Hey,
will Rashawn play man up this year?
no," I said, "Hey, can you guys move back down to 3A?" He never responded.
I wouldn't either.
I didn't expect a response.
I can't wait until we see. I can't wait to see until we see the assignments for the
Um,
sectionals.
I
Um,
got I have a new coach I like,
oh, you want to talk about Terry?
Toots McLaughlin.
Let's talk about Terry. Terry and I are the same age. We grew up playing against each other. Him obviously at New Trier and me on someone's bench. Really good player. Really good player. Excellent player.
Were you one of the bench players that would go get a towel or water?
Depends on what year you're talking about. For a long time, I was in a starting lineup. Then when it mattered, I just didn't care enough. So no, I wouldn't get the towel or the water. I would just be last to stand up for a huddle and staring at whatever I saw in the crowd.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah, fair. No, Terry was a really nice player and has done a great job at Lake Zurich. And he's had a lot of talent that has gone through Lake Zurich more recently than they have ever had from the boys' side, I feel. And he coaches them really, really hard. You know, he's a descendant of the Malnati coaching tree, also close with Rick and played at New Trier, learned from those guys, and has done a wonderful job at the helm for the Bears.
Just a quick disclaimer. If you are on our live and you are being disrespectful, I am not going to acknowledge you. I am just going to block you from the page. Um, and I'll tell you why. Not that I don't want to see it, but stop being a pussy. Stop being a keyboard warrior.
Talk to me more about Lake Zurich.
Hold on a minute.
Holding.
And to you kids that are writing this stuff, tell your fathers I said hello.
What you
I'd
should be
love to
doing.
meet them.
Well, what you should be doing is screenshotting the comments that you have questions over and sending it to these kids' coaches, assuming that they play high school ball.
Oh, that is a good idea.
As a high school coach, this is something that I would
Dude,
certainly, hold at a
like,
higher regard if you can't be a keyboard warrior or an online
well,
bully, no matter who you're talking to in today's age.
listen, let's keep this shit real. Anyone that does that, doesn't A, have a girlfriend, B, hangs out alone at night, and C, in the future, will be eating at Applebee's alone, reading a Daniel Steele book.
What that says to me is they're committed to their craft because I don't know if there's an Applebee's anywhere near Chicago anymore.
It's in Chicago.
It's in the city.
Yeah, it's in the city.
Last time I was inside of an Applebee's, it was the only restaurant in like a 20-mile radius in rural South Carolina the weekend of my best friend's wedding in 2010.
I feel like there was one in Northbrook, was there?
There used to be one in the Deerbrook Mall outlot that
There.
was there
Boom.
when I was in high
Yes.
school, tail end of your high school years.
Yes.
I think we went there once when it first opened because nobody knew what Applebee's was. And the server, who was a couple fries short of a Happy Meal that day, decided to spill an entire pitcher of beer on all of our jackets. I don't know if you've met my father. That didn't go over well. We did not go back.
When I worked at TGI Fridays, I accidentally dropped a tray of fajitas on some assholes.
Olay,
Yeah, they were such dicks. I said, "Oh, sorry. Oh, are you okay?" But I was so happy.
square mozzarella sticks, TGI Fridays.
Three for all.
Very
Mozzarella
nice.
sticks, wings, potato
Wings.
skins.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
You
Come
know what
on,
else?
man.
We'll get back to basketball in a second, but I also want to throw out another chain restaurant that used to be in two different locations on the North Shore that's been gone for years. And I think it's been gone for years because it sucked. And that was Bennigan's. Remember Bennigan's?
Bro, I'm so autistic with my memories that I remember getting my wisdom teeth pulled and going to Bennigan's to eat the mozzarella sticks.
I went on a double date once at Bennigan's. It didn't work for the other
Wait,
couple.
for the boy or a girl?
Uh, Two boys and two girls, at least at the time.
Okay. I mean, they might have transitioned.
Listen, love wins.
Yeah.
But Bennigan, their food sucked. Their food absolutely
I don't
sucked.
know, dude. It's all the same crap. Them Fridays, Chili's.
Don't throw chilies in there.
Oh, I'm gonna throw Chili's in there.
Great chips and salsa.
Free chips and salsa if you have the app.
Well, once I'm off this live, I know what I'm downloading. I can tell you that.
I'm actually on this live debating about what I'm gonna have for dinner because I haven't eaten yet.
There is a chili still around here somewhere, Arlington Heights, I think.
We have one in Skokie Village Crossing.
Oh, right.
No.
Right, right, right. All right, let's bounce around to a couple. You know what? What I want to get into, and I know we are very North Shore focused because that's, where we cut our teeth and where we live. I want to talk about New Trier and Loyola.
Um, well, if you talk to Liddy, Liddy claims that it was one of the worst basketball games that he's ever seen. And I will
So
say,
I had a friend there watching live, and he just said it was an absolute masterclass of defense by Loyola in the first half.
so this is what I'm gonna say. I coached and watched a bunch of games this past week. Loyola was the only flippin' team who plays defense with their arms up. Like, I don't understand why children think playing defense with their hands at their pockets is normal. Dude,
You know how
literally, the
Alanis
white boy
Morissette played
kids are like
defense?
this.
Did you hear my question?
No, I didn't.
Do you know how Alanis Morissette plays defense?
No, but it's probably one of her songs, so tell me.
With one hand in her pocket. The
Well,
other one
she
was
wouldn't be playing on my team, Braves.
the other one was given a peace sign, or hailing a taxi cab, or flicking a cigarette, or something else. Oh, how did you do the balloons?
Bro, what is like hold on? Braves, I forgot.
Oh my God. I'm still so jealous. What if you do peace sign? Oh, that's what it is. Peace means balloons.
So am I like Pennywise?
If a red one comes up first, it's stopped. Too much peace? I think you used them all up.
I used it all up. That's a joke. So how about Maine East, baby.
How about Surge? Congrats to Surge and the Blue Demons coming out of Park Ridge.
Dude, I am so proud of that guy. And I called it. I
Works
knew
his
him
tail
going
off,
up to
man. Works his
Batavia.
tail off.
Dude, you need a Maine East guy to do Maine East things at Maine East.
He's making it look Maine easy right now. Talk about that because you went on and you talked about Surge and you mentioned that, they used to be called Maine Easy because people treated Maine East like a doormat. As a matter of fact, I was a junior in high school, so this is the 2000 to 2001 season, and the Central Suburban League looked different at that time than it does now. No Vernon Hills,
Waukegan was in it, right?
Waukegan was there. So the North was Glenbrook North, Deerfield, Highland Park, Maine East, Maine West, and Niles North. The South was New Trier, Maine South, Evanston, Niles West, Waukegan, and I'm forgetting somebody that's still there, Glenbrook South. And um, in 2000, the 99-2000 season, it was a shakeup. Niles North ran the table in the conference behind 7-foot center Matt Nelson, who went to Colorado State. The next year, it was a 10-0 conference season by Maine East. Percy Gerbich, David Kay, and there was one other player, Derek, who ended up making a career for himself on MTV's The Real World and then the Real World Road
We
Rules
called him Little
Challenge.
Derek. We called him
Little
Little
Derek.
Derek. Yeah, he was Little Derek.
He was a tough kid. He was a tough kid.
Um,
And they
yeah,
went
man.
they went 10 and
Yeah.
0 that year.
Yeah. I went to school with all those guys. Percy was a nice kid.
Percy
Um,
was tall and soft-spoken and could really
but
play.
do you know the story behind all that?
No.
This is a very interesting story.
Who was coaching them? Was Glenn coaching them?
It's a very interesting story.
Aha.
So there was a guy, I'll drop it because you can Google it. His name was Dean Carino. He was the PE teacher. He was like the prototypical like 90s PE teacher, like a jock, walked around with the buzz cut, right?
Those
Um,
high polyester shorts.
yeah, oh, bro, 100%.
Yeah.
And like would wear basketball, like the team basketball shoes. He'd rock those all day.
Nice.
And he ended up getting caught with a freshman girl at a hotel by Burrito House at Niles.
We're going to
And the
quickly move to the next
girl,
topic there.
the girl was dating my best friend. So I still talk shit to him to this day. But so he got escorted out of Maine East in handcuffs. And then Roy Wazalewski was his assistant. And Roy took over and he got that team with Percy, David Kay. He won it, right? And then Glenn was an assistant. And then Glenn, I think Wazalewski might have left on his own. I think he just stopped coaching. And then Olson took the job. And then, obviously we know what happened. But yeah, man, oh, hold on. And then there was a guy, people don't know this, between Glenn and Dave Jennis. Do you know who that was?
Next topic.
Huey Crawford. Do you remember that name?
I don't.
You don't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't let Jonas shake that dude's hand. I mean, he was just not a good dude.
Someone just asked about our thoughts on Glenn at Niles North. I mean,
Goat,
Glenn at Niles North has been
goat.
nothing short of spectacular with the talent and that he's had there. Um, obviously coming up short, they haven't had these state finishes that he's obviously wanted, but he's turned out an NBA talent. He's turned out countless college talents. He's at the top of the league year after year. He coaches with intensity. I've known Glenn for a long time now. I have nothing but good things to say. We have a great conversation when we're together. Really like him as a coach, really like him as a person. And there's talent at Niles North, and there will continue to be talent at Niles North, especially right now. I know there's a lot of talent in the freshman and sophomore classes, but it's their junior and seniors right now leading the way. So you've got to go through, and we'll talk about Vernon Hills in a second because I watched them up close. But Maine East Niles North is going to be a game. Maine West and Niles North will be more of a game than people think it's going to be. Vernon Hills is going to surprise people this year. They will. Watch it. Watch what they're going to do. And if you catch
They
Highland Park
didn't
on a good
play
shooting,
anybody.
if you catch Highland Park on a solid shooting night, anyone's in jeopardy. If you're off and they're on and you can't get through that zone, they're going to hit, especially in their own gym. So I can't tell you that Niles North is a walk away favorite in the CSL North. I think they're a favorite or the favorite. Is it decided right now? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Briefly on Vernon Hills, because we at Wheeling played
I
them.
can't believe we're talking about Vernon Hills
They
Cougars.
deserve it. They deserve it.
Dude, come on, man. No offense to you guys, but they didn't play any in anything.
Well, Oak Park River Forest was not the power we both thought they would be.
No, they
And
weren't. They
and
weren't.
T and TF South was a lot better than you thought that they were going to be. A lot with some real size. But Vernon Hills is senior laden with kids that have played together before. And if you haven't seen Daniel Odiambo play, he is going to be one of, if not
Gesundheit.
the
Gesundheit.
most athletic kids you will see all year, regardless of class, height, or anything. Kids about 6'3", 6'4", I'll give him 6'4", can touch his shoulder to the rim. His athleticism was off the charts, and people are going to hear and see more about him throughout the year. I can promise you that.
Whatever, dude. It's Vernon Hills.
Who do we have winning the Central Suburban League South? I mean, we talked about New Trier there. You've mentioned Deerfield, Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, Maine South. Those three could upset someone, but they're not going to be in the top of the conversation. It's still going to be Evanston, New Trier, and Deerfield, I think, is going to decide number one in the CSL South.
Listen, dude, I'll be honest with you. I think it's gonna be Evanston. I'm going straight Evanston.
Uh, On paper, solely on paper, before this season, I think a lot of eyes would go to New Trier. My hesitation in that is one, I'm not going to obviously pick a winner, but two, anybody who has access to the tape can go back and follow what Tom Livatino did in the first half against New Trier
Bro, I
and
sent that to him. I
and
sent him that
blueprint it.
text. I sent him the text. I sent Livatino a text. And it said, well, you have the ultimate scout now for that game.
Who did I lose? I did not lose in a free throw contest. I did, but we're not going to talk about that. Keep going.
What do we think about
Not
Jacobs?
nice.
I think that I hope the Bell brothers stay. What people might not know is that the Bell brothers' dad, Lafayette, is the head coach at Marion Central
Correct. After being the head coach for a couple of years at Harvest Christian
or
in Elgin.
Harvest Christian. So we'll see. I would stay at Jacobs, but apparently the freshman's better than the junior.
Oh, if we're going off of 4 games, Malachi had incredible numbers. But if you've seen the
And
brothers,
as a freshman, he had those.
I will ride with Elijah Bell anywhere. The kid is an absolute dog. Not to say that Malachi is not, but I've seen more of Elijah. I've coached against Elijah. I know Loff, who happens to be one of Jason Tucker's closest friends, did a great job with those kids that he had last year and the year before at Harvest Christian. Moving them to Jacobs, I mean, it's Jimmy Roberts better be thanking the heavens above to get two talents like that dropped in his lap to start the season. Those two are going to be. Listen, have we talked about Jacobs since Krutwig was there? Probably not. Will we talk about Jacobs while the Bell brothers are there? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I thought you were gonna say probably not.
Well, listen, I think you make a really good point. Will they stay? And that's not a will they jump to like an IMG or a La Lumiere? That's a your father coaches at another local northern Illinois high school. Do you want to play for your dad? Is that a possibility? We don't know. We don't know right now. This year they're at Jacobs. Nothing's going to change for the rest of this year. We'll see what happens moving forward. And they've already put themselves on the map with an early title beating Lakes, beating Buffalo Grove. And I know we're not talking about giants in college or in high school basketball right now.
Buffalo Grove's pretty decent. They have a big. That's good.
Buffalo Grove is going to be better this year than they've been in a long, long time. And Coach Geldon does wonderful things with those kids. I mentioned Alex Serbu a couple weeks ago, 6'9", mobile, can get up and down, jump over the rim. Very nice player. But did they go and they beat St. Ignatius or Loyola or a Bennett? No, and that's okay. But we're talking about Jacobs, and we're talking about Jacobs because of the Bell brothers.
I want to transition a little bit. Um,
Did you consult your doctor?
I one, the other one wasn't really down for it, so I had to ask the one that's in a more liberal area.
Take your pick. Anyways, keep going.
Um, Number one, yes, St. Ignatius beat Bennett. Matt Monroe had no hospitality room. Now, Matt Monroe says to me in a group text that he offered me and Jonah Pompey, which he did. Okay. But let me tell you how he did. 3 minutes to go before the game's going to start. He's on the bench and says, "Hey, do you want me to go unlock my office so you guys can have some Pompeii?" Bro, how fat would I have looked if I had the varsity coach walk off the bench with 3 minutes and go
If
get Pompeii?
if you would have put a poll out before we went on asking people, do you think I received said snack during the game? I would venture to say if 100 people voted, at least 83 would have said, yes, you did.
There was nothing. And I told Matt that I was going to talk crap. So beautiful tournament, beautiful gym, beautiful school, no hospitality room
Do you think there was a hospitality room for everyone but you?
because I'm Jewish,
Yeah.
possibly. When I walked in, they made me write in black lettering a number, and they made me put a yellow star on.
Nope. Nope.
Hmm.
Nope. Nope. You
Yep.
came to Northridge, where we were playing. They also did not have a hospitality room, but they did give the coaching staff
Wait, Braves.
meal cards.
I know, and you didn't give me and Jonah one, so you can go fuck yourself.
Excuse
Uh,
me, I did not receive one.
well, whatever. I should have
Nor would
asked
I have
Will Ray.
I
I
wouldn't have
should have
used
asked
it
him.
for Papa John's anyways. A Snickers and a Coke, absolutely. I'm not paying or getting or eating Papa John's unless I'm literally the last person on earth and it's the only store that's open. That's just dog food.
Livatino's son Luke, who saw me at the Loyola game and did not come up and say hello.
So he did the right thing.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't talk to me either. But he asked, "Do I think Loyola is a top five team in state?" Ap- After what I watched, yeah, I do. I think that they're going to be. You know what? I want to watch. Here's two games I want to see: DePaul Prep Loyola and St. Ignatius Loyola.
I would like to see Warren against Loyola. I think there are some
Ooh.
public schools. I think you can throw Bolingbrook in that conversation. I think you can. I honestly think, I honestly believe if you were to see Loyola and New Trier later on in the playoffs, it's going to be a different game. I didn't say outcome. I'm not predicting an outcome, but I think if you have a full season's worth of experience and a previous matchup for a blueprint, that you could have a very different flow to that game. I don't anticipate
Um,
anybody keeping New Trier at only 8 points for a half the rest of the season.
who do we think is going to win the Fox Valley Conference? Jacobs.
I don't go so fast with Jacobs.
I'm going, dude. Huntley, come on. Dundee Crown, Hampshire. Who else is out in the bumblefuck?
You listen, Hampshire
Maybe Woodstock.
has one of the best what should we call it? Mascots around, the whippers, the purrs.
Yeah, that is right.
I
Ooh,
love
you
the
know
pick of
what?
I love the
Yeah,
pick of Cary Grove.
yeah, I like it. I like, especially after they beat Waukegan.
That's a
Conrad was at the game.
huge, huge, huge victory for the Adam Bauer led. Cary Grove basketball team. Phenomenal for them to start the season. Coach McLeod's got to be over the clouds
You know
with what
who's
they've
not
done.
good? You know who's not good and is probably gonna have a really bad year?
Oh, don't, I know exactly what you're going to say, and don't say it.
Schaumburg.
Domberg. I know because Jason's on, you want to throw Jason under another bus, which is great.
No, seriously. Like, what a terrible hire. Um, I mean, I can't even believe they want Jason on their bench. He's
So
got gray hair. He worries about everything.
he doesn't worry. He
And
just he
dude, I
paces.
talk to him every day, Monday through Friday. And his jump shot sucks.
Wow. Wow. I mean, what do you say after that? He feels bad for them to, oh, don't do that. Come on now. Cary Grove over Waukegan, I don't think anyone saw
Dude,
coming.
I think that's a big win. What was the other one? Well, it was at the time Glenbard South over Glenbard West, but now,
Well, Cary Grove over Waukegan, and Ignatius over Bennett have to be the two most glaring scores from the first
yeah,
weekend.
but I was thinking about that Ignatius Bennett game, and I think it's disrespectful for all of us, including myself, that we automatically picked Bennett and didn't give Monroe's group a chance. Um,
It- let's jump ahead. There's one game that was supposed to happen on Saturday that I find more intriguing than everything else right now, and that's going to be over at Fenton between Fremd and Evanston. I think that's going to be a phenomenal basketball game for a Monday night.
I know it's going to be a phenomenal, and I hope Fenton has it's streaming because I would love to sit and watch it.
A
I've
lot of
not
people were
been out to
using
Bensonville.
Huddle to broadcast games, so I hope that's going to be there. We've got 13 games at least that we know of right now that were postponed until tomorrow. Those games
Postponed. Postponed. Mine
postponed.
canceled.
Postponed. Those games are at least locally. You've got Rolling Meadows and Romeoville, Fremd and Evanston. Um, Let me keep going down the list here. Sen and Jones, which is a third or eighth place game. Conant and Glenbrook North, which is also a GBN. That's a championship game. GBN hasn't been tested yet. Um, Over down in Oak Lawn, Andrew and Bremen. You've got Oak Lawn and Creek Monee. Then you've got to go all the way back to St. Charles. St. Charles East against North, Plainfield North, Wheaton Academy. Wheaton Academy is damn good, by the way. Eastern
Dude, they shit the bed.
Thornridge
They shit the bed the other day.
and Schaumburg versus Plainfield East. Again, if you're going to judge a team on solely the first weekend, that's completely unfair. They're loaded and they're going to figure it out. They're a great ball club with a
Um,
stud, and they have a stud. Hayden Schroeder's a stud.
Glenbard West is 0-3. Yes. What are our thoughts? They had a lot of people leave. And we got one of them. We got Ashton. But yeah, a lot of people left. So, you
The-
know.
Someone wrote in that Jacobs is going to beat Cary Grove, which is not a stretch, obviously, not a stretch. But the question, and I'm not going to say that I know the roster up and down. I know Elijah Bell, I know Malachi Bell. I don't know what else Jacobs has this year. The question is, if you stop one or both of the Bells, what does Jacobs have left in the tank? And that is no disrespect to anybody in Algonquin. I haven't looked at Jacobs yet. But if you stop the two that are known, what is next up is the question. Because Cary Grove has three or four different people that can beat you. Does Jacobs have the ability?
Ooh, I have a pick.
Go ahead.
I have a pick. McHenry.
McHenry is really strong.
Yeah,
Between Adam
man.
Anwar and Nate Ottaway, they've got size. He's a senior. Ottaway is a junior. Very, very physically strong, tall. They can shoot. They can get up and down the floor. McHenry, again, in the middle of I don't know where. I think someone rode their cow to school the other day. They're going to turn some heads as well.
I don't even know. I thought McHenry was a county. I didn't know that it was also a town.
Did you know Australia is both a country and a continent?
That's fun. That's a fun fact. I did know that, but I did not know until recently that McHenry was a county and a town.
So McHenry's got to go up in the Fox Valley too. Burlington Central's damn good, by the way. Burlington Central's damn good. And they
I don't
have
even, I
some,
don't even know where the hell that is.
again, that's somewhere in Iowa. They're very strong. They have
Probably.
they have young talent, like freshman talent. And then don't sleep on Crystal Lake South if they figure this whole thing out. Not the best showing this past week, but they went up against some real tough competition. Again, Noah Cook, junior, high flying junior, 6'6", 6'7", and you've got twins. You've got the Winklevoss twins from Harvard, 6'5", 6'6" twins, Ryan and John Morgan, who I believe are three-sport athletes each at the highest of levels. If they figure it out, they've got the size, they've got the scoring to get there. The question is, can they go past the first weekend, regroup, and figure the whole thing out? And some of their scores from this past week um, didn't didn't do it for me, but we'll take a look. They lost to Barrington by 6. Barrington's real solid. They took care of Johnsburg, but the Grays Lake Central loss had me scratching my head, and the Waukegan loss was telling. So the Grays Lake South loss, or the Grays Lake Central loss was 49-35, a 14-point loss to Grays Lake Central, which I didn't see coming. And then Waukegan took care of them by 30. By 30.
Speaking
I
of
didn't see that happening.
Speaking of Waukegan, did you see who I just highlighted?
Tell me.
Jeremy Richmond.
I saw Jeremy Richmond. What a talent.
He sure was, my friend.
Uh, Coach Tucker asked about the MSL West. And for those who don't know, we moved some things around in the Mid Suburban League this year. And I think the MSL West is in contention for the strongest suburban conference in the state this year. Fremd, Hersey, Prospect, Palatine, Barrington, and who am I forgetting? And Meadows. And this is the first year in a while that Meadows hasn't had a professional basketball player, at least yet, on their roster. And, everyone's looking at Fremd, everyone's looking at Hersey, everyone's looking at Barrington. And here comes Palatine, here comes Eric Millstone breaking bread with my in-laws. And
Jewish.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm one of the best people in the world. Like I love Eric Millstone. I love Eric Millstone. Palatine absolutely drowns Stevenson this week. And that is something else we didn't see happening. 68-36 over Stevenson, a healthy Stevenson. Palatine's the real deal.
Who's I like Friend. I'm taking Friend or Hersey.
I mean, I think that's a safe pick, but I think you could have 3 or 4 teams at the top, all with 2 or 3 losses in the conference.
I mean, it's a hell of a conference. It reminds me of actually no, they fucked up the red. There's teams in the red right now in CPS that have no business being in it.
Some of these conferences do like challenges against one another, like the Big Ten and the ACC used to do. I
Yep.
would love to have seen a CSL South, MSL West crossover this year. I think top to bottom, and those are the matchups that I would make out of there. I would put, this is a fun little what if. What would we do in the CSL South, MSL West? I think we'll keep things easy. You'll take Niles West and Rolling Meadows as a fair matchup there. With those out of the way, then we can start looking up and down. I will refrain from putting Fremd and Deerfield together because they may see each other at the Wheeling Hardwood Classic. The two of them are going to come in as the top 4 seeds, in my opinion. They'll be there. Um, but putting Fremd against, let's say, New Trier. Let's put Fremd and New Trier. Let's take Evanston and Hersey. I think would be a phenomenal game. Glenbrook North and Barrington. Glenbrook South and Prospect. I haven't said Deerfield yet, right?
You have not.
Deerfield and did I already say Hersey? Deerfield and Palatine. That's a game. Give me Deerfield and Palatine. That would be a fun game. Friend versus New Trier is what we said. Evanston Hersey is great, and Deerfield um, against Palatine, I think, is a for the crown of who can wear scarlet and gray.
I'm colorblind.
You know what? That's not a shocking comment to anybody.
I actually, like a week ago, realized that Kia is black.
That's not true. You've known that for so long. By the way, for those that have any idea of what we're doing here, we simulcast this both as a Zoom and then on Instagram Live. So if I'm looking back and forth, it's to address those on Zoom. And the reason for the outfit change or the hats is because it fits the background that I go with every week on the Zoom. Last week, it was the Wizard of Oz. The week before that, what was it the week before that? I wore a different hat.
Oh, Sesame Street.
It was Sesame Street. And for today, I am paying homage to my elf roots and Mr. Norwal, who kindly wished Buddy good luck. Bye, Buddy. Hope you find your dad. So you'll see me at the North Pole when you watch this back on Zoom, which I'm sure one of you will. Thank you, Mom. Um, MSL West, CSL South would be a lot of fun if we crossed that up. Oh my God, I thought if I left it on long enough, I would regrow hair. Didn't happen. Um, who do I have winning the 7A state champ? So we're talking football right now. Are the brothers D1, are the Bell brothers D1 talent? Oh, I thought you meant are we brothers in D1 talent? I would have said yes. There's no reason that they can't be.
Correct. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have to keep grinding.
Did the Bell brothers come in with the notoriety of a Cole Kelly or a Brady Pettigrew? No, unfortunately, they didn't. Does that mean they're not D1 talents? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Elijah's got 2 years to prove that, possibly a third, depending on what he does after graduation. Malachi's a freshman. There's plenty of time for these kids to be on the radar for Division I coaches. But with the talent they have and the push they get from their father, there's no reason they can't be.
Um, you know what I saw a lot of over the weekend?
Gravy.
Um, Refs allowing traveling.
I
The
saw
amount of
refs.
travels that is let go, I contribute is one of the reasons the game has gone down.
One of many, but
Yeah,
you and I both coach. It's very rare to come away from a high school game saying, "Oh, those guys did a great job."
I agree.
I mean, they're coming in. It's a thankless job. Nobody likes them. Everyone yells at them. The smallest of things can upset the largest of people. It's not an easy job. What I'm shocked about as far as officiating goes, there are enough people that every game around here on a Friday night has three refs. Isn't that a little bit shocking? Or every high school football game has five of them around the country?
Well, but what's interesting is like there's this one guy I've seen every day. Didn't matter where I was. We had him at Downers. I saw him today at Ignatius. I saw him yesterday. Where was I yet yesterday? Where did I go watch games yesterday?
Loyola.
Oh, Loyola. I saw him. He was doing the Loyola game. Um, so I think there's like, enough guys, but I think there's not a surplus of guys.
Well, but even still, you don't have, at least at Northridge, you didn't have the same three refs for back-to-back games. They still brought new people in. Who is signing up to be a high school official and why? Unless I can respect anybody that loves basketball, fine. I can respect people who say, hey, it's a means of making money, fine. Can you find a different thankless job where people literally are not on top of you yelling and screaming and threatening your life?
I want to be a ref in high school. So when a coach talks shit to me, I can look to him and say, dude, your motion offense sucks. The amount of turnovers your kids have had is ridiculous. So stop worrying about me. That's like my dream.
I mean, listen, big dreams, right? But is it going to happen? We don't know. Don't know.
Might. I don't know. Do I really want to get up and down the court? And a
No,
rough shirt. Like
not
it's kind
flattering.
of I don't like the equity of a referee shirt. I'm not quite sure if there's the same amount of black and white stripes.
That is something that will only be able to be discussed by leaders of the NAACP. I'm with you. Um, we've talked plenty about the Fox Valley Conference this year, so I'm not going to jump back into the Fox Valley. Anything else that has really stood out to you over
Let's
the
get
first
into
week?
London's laundry.
Ring a ding ding, laundry time. Any death threats this week?
Um,
We've got 8 minutes.
Trying to think, what was it? There was a few things. Oh, one dude that is in my DMs and talking shit to me. I saw him at Downers
Mm.
and he came up to me like he was my best friend. And
And did you say, hey, no?
no, I said, "Hey man, come out to my car. I'm gonna hit you with my banger. This is a gun.
You can't say that.
This is a gun. Isn't this cool?"
Is it a water pistol?
Super Soaker. Remember Super Soakers?
Yes, I do.
I'll give you $5 if you remember the song.
I can't think of it. For some reason, the
I
first
can't
thing that
think of
came
it either. That's why I was hoping you did.
for some reason, the first thing that came to my mind was the theme song to Wild and Crazy Kids, featuring none other than Omar Gooding, Cuba Gooding's brother.
That's a good one.
It was good. What Wild and Crazy Kids?
Um, all right, Braves, we got like 2 minutes. Let's wrap, or no, 7 minutes, or I don't know, but
Is it, and obviously, we're confined within the 3 months of high school basketball season. In your opinion, is it too early to start conference games this week? Or to hell with it, jump right in with 2 feet?
no, listen, dude, it's just, I was at the game. It was an awesome game, and yes, Ignatius won. No, man, it doesn't matter. Get right into it. Let's go. What are we fucking around for?
You know what I would love to do this season, and I don't think I have in the past couple of years because I've been on the bench at a different school, is that if there's a night where we don't have a game, and I don't care how far it is in the Chicagoland area, it's got to be Chicagoland area. That's what we focus on. I want to go to a high school game that is standing room only with two legitimate student sections going back and forth all night. If you have suggestions, whether you're watching at home, watching this played back, if you have suggestions where you are dead set, dead on, knowing that the gym is going to be packed, the student sections are going to be packed, and the student sections are going to be loud, I want to be there.
Come to the Lincoln Park games, baby.
Full
Have you
student
ever been in our
sections?
gym?
Full student sections?
Bro, our the bleachers are next to the out of bounds.
I don't care if the bleachers are on
No, but I'm
mark
saying
as
like
long as they're
it's
filled.
crazy.
I want like 90s Notre Dame St. Pat's crazy.
Ooh, here, Loyola DePaul.
What does I see? I've never been to a DePaul prep game.
Yeah,
Do
neither
their
I haven't
students
been
come
in a
out? I know
long
Loyola
time.
does.
Yeah, I mean probably New Trier, Evanston, Loyola, Evanston, Loyola, New Trier.
Schaumburg Conant this Friday is going to be packed to the ceiling, according to Coach Tucker.
No, it's not.
Bramblers and DePaul seems like it should be.
Nobody's coming to see Tucker.
When does what is it Loyola and Ignatius that play every year in the city? The Jesuit Cup?
Someone just said who wins Lincoln Park versus Wheeling. Sorry for laughing.
Going with the Cats on that one.
Sorry for laughing, Braves.
It's okay. It's okay.
Um, so funny.
So far, it's DePaul Prep and Loyola that's coming in. I think Loyola Ignatius is the other one, but I need good suggestions, like an something even better than like an Oak Park River
I
Forest
got it.
Fenwick.
I got it. You ready?
No, yes,
The Battle of the Dumpsters, Wheeling versus Elk Grove.
I'm not sure that's the correct title of the game, but
I just wanted to see what you would say.
Wheeling and Elk Grove play this Thursday in Elk Grove, and that's a huge game for Tom Antos and a huge game for me and a huge game for Chris Rugg. Um, Wheeling and Elk Grove have been mentioned in the same sentence for a long time. And this is a big game for both schools. So I hope it's a great one. It's not going to garner a lot of attention. I know that, but for the kids and the programs, it's as big as it gets. These are winnable games for each program.
Um, who's gonna win tomorrow, Conan or GBN? I'm gonna go
Glenbrook,
with Conan.
I think this is tough for anyone to go into Glenbrook North right now and win there. I think with the scores they've been putting up, Glenbrook North is the favorite to win that.
I'm gonna go with Conan just so the GBN kids can talk crap to me.
I don't think they'll bother with such tomfoolery.
It's funny. Before I was at Lincoln Park, they all wanted to play us at Schaumburg. But since I got to Lincoln Park, all of a sudden those guys have gotten real quiet.
Are you going to be at Hinkle at all this year out in Algonquin for the Christmas tournament Jacobs hosts?
It depends on the hospitality room.
Well, if you want the best hospitality room in the state, you can find
Wheeling,
that at the Wheeling Hardwood Classic. Absolutely.
Wheeling.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Yeah, dude, Wheeling.
Wheeling, come on by. You know what?
Luke,
I think
Luke Livatino. It's still bullshit. You didn't come up and say hello. Your dad gave me my first high school coaching job, and you just sat there.
maybe that's why he didn't come up and say hello. In which case, I have to respect it.
Bro, you should have saw the teams I recruited. Come on,
Did,
man.
did you watch Survivor Series?
No, I'm not really.
You're not following right now?
Yeah, like Jonah and I are hot and cold with it.
People are getting on your guy. It's time to say goodbye, Aaron. I don't want to be cut off this time. I want to do a proper goodbye to the many that are still with us. Uh, First week of the season in the books. Conference play starting up around Chicagoland this week. Plenty to talk about. And in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have Christmas brackets, and we can't wait to dive straight into those and dissect with more predictions what's going to happen as Santa rings in the new year.
Well, from now until next week, we play in the Chicago Elite Classic.
We have a lot to go through there. We'll run through the matchups and the recap next Sunday,
Bro, do you know what time my game is on Friday?
6:30 in the morning.
9 p.m. at UIC versus Hyde Park.
Sounds like it's an MY2LA tournament.
I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to eat dinner.
There's got to be some good late night eats
I mean, of
around.
course there is, but no, I'll eat before. I won't eat after.
I just wish back in the day, like we could go to Jack's all night, but that's not going to happen.
Pat Alvarez says Lincoln Park Loyola who wins. Well, bro, like what? You think I'm gonna fucking I'm not gonna glaze you guys on that. I'm going LP Lions, baby. Our size and our toughness. Y'all aren't ready. Now watch, I jinxed it. Watch, we have an awful week.
I hope everyone has a successful week. Happy December to everybody watching and listening. Come on back next week for more fun. And bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
All right, Braves. I'll see you soon.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, honey.